Hi everyone, it's Anja here. I'm back with another video for Ophelia Crafts, and this is the card we are making today. I thought that would be a more male inspired card. What do you think? Yeah? I mean, it would go for a female as well, but I'm making this as a male birthday card. Now, I know that the happy birthday is not in the catalogue anymore, but at the moment I am actually waiting for my order to arrive, and I'm just so excited. I just want to make a card tonight, so there we go. I am using that stamp set, but I'm sure that if you don't have this one, you might have another sentiment or another one that you could use instead. So this is the World of Dreams stamp set for the foliage and the little flower there, and then the Hey you, thank you, congrats and happy birthday stamp set, and the hardwood for the background. We are using Lost Lagoon and Early Espresso, and I also have some burlap and some crumb cake. Let's get started. Okay, so we have 2 ink pads, which I'll open up. And first of all, let me talk you through the sizes of all this. So we have a normal base card, which I cut, and I've shown you my technique in one of my other videos, so do go and have a look at that. Then the next one is the inside. Did I do an inside here? Yes, let's just do the inside, so then that's done. Right, so that's the inside, so let's do it. There we go, that's this one here into the Early Espresso, and we stamp it once, we stamp it twice, and we stamp it 3 times. Look at that. And then the corner here, and I don't go out as much as I did on that side. So there we go. So that's done. Okay. Now for the outside, as you can see, it's a little bit different. My first panel is the same height, but it's the width of the second panel that I normally use, right? So it's wider than normal and narrower than normal. So let's put that on. I have to make sure I don't get ink from the ink pads onto the cards, because that's what happens. You open it up and you end up with the ink on your card. So I have to be careful for that. That's not quite where I want it, because you could see that it wasn't in the middle. Yeah, that's better. There we go. And let's glue the inside in as well. Okay. You only need thin streaks of that glue. It's very, very strong. No blobs, just thin streaks. Okay, so that's that. Then next here, this piece of paper is 3 inches wide. Yeah, 3 inches wide, and it's 5.5 long. And we're going to just position that like that off, sort of, you know, just off. But what we are going to do is put the wood straight. Sorry, I couldn't think then. Okay, so I'm going to put it like that. So I know that's sort of the, yeah, that's the, oh, now I'm moving it again. That's just about the angle it will be on my card. And I'm going to ink up my wood here. This is a stamp hardwood, one of the only background stamps that has survived the new catalogue, so it's still in there. A lot of them went, but this one survived. We're going to stamp it off, and then we are going to stamp it onto our piece of paper. Now you need to make sure that you've got everything in there. And I forgot to get out my sponge. There we are. There we have it already. That was handy. Give it a good push, because a big stamp needs a little more pressure. There we go. Now, as you can see, the corner hasn't quite hit the ink, you know, the stamp, but that's okay, because we are going to edge the corners, and that will make sure that that sort of disappears. This is what I do. I take my sponge and I just go over my inked up stamp, because there's loads of ink still left on there. And there we go, we sort of darken it up. And it'll take a little bit more in that corner, but that's okay. And I'm going for it now. There, you can't see that there. Okay. So I'm really going into the paper as well, making it all a little bit darker, so that really the crumb cake is all covered up. Yeah, so look, now we've got those, and that will go straight onto our card. Yes. See? So the card is like that, and our lines are straight. Or just about straight anyway. Straight enough for me. I think I didn't, on here, I think I didn't stamp it off. But I'm liking this look, so that's okay. It's okay to have it a little bit different, isn't it? So now we need to put our flowers on, or flowers or foliage or whatever you call it. So I've got my Lost Lagoon here, and I'm going to put that in the middle just there. And then I have my early espresso. Let's put that out of the way. Early espresso. And make sure it's inked up really well, and that one goes there, and that one there, and then we will have our burlap, and that sort of goes just about there. Yep, that's okay. And I'm going to cut into it. Yes, I have my own fabric scissors here. I always find it easier to cut burlap with them. So if you have them, the Stampin' Up scissors also work, but I just find for any fabric I always use these ones. There we go. Okay, so that's that. What else do we need to do? We just need to do the sentiment. So I have a scrap of paper here. I have my sentiment on the block. Like I said, if you have the same one, fine. If you don't, just hopefully you'll find another one to use. And did I get out my punches? No. Why should I have done that? There we go. So punch this one, and I also need the decorative label punch to punch out just from a scrap of paper. Lost Lagoon. There we go. Okay, so now that we have all that, let's put the ink pads out of the way, the dirty stamps onto the inking scrub, onto the stamping scrub, and I think we are ready to start assembling. Well, actually, we've already done some of it, so it's not going to be taking a long time here. So let's just check again. Doesn't need, no, that's okay. It doesn't need taking. You could have, if this didn't work, you could have taken some off and then Of course, that fell onto my sentiment, and now I'm going to have to redo it. Ah, it's typical, isn't it? There we go. So that's that. This can be saved. This one is okay. It's going to be a bit lower than that one because I've put my flowers too low, but I'm sure that's okay. What about, yeah, it's stuck down now. Oh well, let's find another piece of paper and let's just do it again. I have another scrap. Where is my, there we go. Okay, and punch push it out again. Right. Yeah, so that's stuck there. There's nothing I can do about that. Oh dear. Right, so where are we? Okay, I'm going to attach the burlap with a piece of double-sided tape. It just tears off, it's really easy, so we're just going to... Getting the backing off is even more difficult here because of course your burlap can move along, but that's okay once you've got it. Okay, so we put that on there. I'm trying to put it as high as I can. Okay, then we need some dimensionals, and we're going to put those, where was the sticky bit? Yeah, so put that on the back. It's all go here, isn't it? And that one sort of in the middle, and then another set of dimensionals. Put those there. So there you have it. Yeah, I like this one better because this shows up. You know, it doesn't show up so much, so the front shows up better. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and see you next time. Bye!